just screwed up the ending of my movie. Everybody wants happiness, nobody wants pain, but you can't have a rainbow without a little rain. So the idea is that Baby has been through all of that and been through prison, and the rainbow at the end of it is Deborah herself. That's the idea with that. Interesting enough, originally with that ending, it was all in colour. When we showed it all in colour to a test screening, there were more arguments about whether it was real or not. So then, strangely enough, I thought, well, if you made it go from black and white into colour, it literally turns from his dream into a reality. Now, I leave it up to the audience whether they want to interpret the end scene as something that's actually happening after 5 years, or his dream of what will happen. And, you know, I know what I think it is, because I wrote it, but, you know, when you show it to an audience or people that you know, and they say, I want to believe that that's real at the end, who am I to say that they're wrong? I think one of the nice things about a movie is if you can interpret the ending how you see fit. So maybe if we ever do a sequel, we'll answer that more definitively. But that's basically the idea with the ending. And it was interesting to me that the audience bought the ending more and liked the ending more when it became more expressionistic, which usually with like a studio test screening process is not the way that it goes. I should point out as well that both of those prisons, both the interior and the exterior, are both working prisons. And so that whole end sequence where Hansel's in prison is in a working prison, which is an amazing thing to do, to shoot in a working prison, because, you know, the cast and the crew are in one section, and, you know, you're like locked off as like, you can be, you know, you have to go into the kitchen area and, you know, have guards kind of like blocking kind of where that would intersect with the actual working parts of the prison, or everybody's locked up, or actually, you know, shooting scenes walking down hallways where there are prisoners on the other side is quite a humbling experience. I should say as well, I deliberately made them wear white jumpsuits at the end because I've become tired of the orange jumpsuits, which in reality is orange jumpsuits if you're a new offender, and blue kind of like uniform if you're a veteran prisoner. But I always liked the white jumpsuits in Sam Peckinpah's The Getaway. And I decided that it would be nice to kind of like use the old white jumpsuits again. If you look at his prison number, Baby's prison number is actually the release date of The Driver. So that's what those numbers mean. It's like something July 1978. There is an idea actually with this movie. I like when sort of movies feel like they could be the spiritual sequel to something. So you could say that this movie ends and The Getaway starts, or you could say that like this movie ends and The Driver starts. I always felt that Sam Peckinpah's The Driver leads directly into William Friedkin's The Sorcerer. So if you want to stick on another Blu-ray right after this, I recommend one of those I just mentioned. Thank you for listening, and it's always a pleasure, and I love you all very dearly. Good night.